Have you ever heard of an I can do it attitude? You know, the kind of attitude where you believe that absolutely anything can be achieved? Grant Cardone and a variety of other motivators in today's society cannot stress this principle enough when they give a motivational speech. An I can do it attitude ultimately sets apart winners and losers. A winner ultimately has to believe in themselves at some point to achieve their level of success. Because if you think about it, if the winner only ever possessed a mindset of self-doubt and an attitude of negativity, they would never have put in the work to become a winner. All winners have this gut feeling inside of them, that they are meant to do more, meant to be more, meant to work harder, meant to never give up, and meant to always do the unthinkable. So let's dive into some examples of an I can do it attitude. An I can do it attitude can be displayed in a wide array of fashions. On one hand, you may have the businessman or woman who will claw and scratch their way to the very top, because no matter what doors are closed along the way, they know there's 10 more, 100 more, 1,000 more that will open in due time, if and only if they continue to persist. Then you may have a stay-at-home mom who loves her kids and spouse with all of her heart, but all she wants is to have a career of her own and a life outside her home where she can make a difference. This mom better possess an I can do it attitude if that's what she truly desires. This attitude can be seen as, yes, I will be home to read my kids a bedtime story every night. Yes, I will be there on the weekends to cheer them on at their soccer game. Yes, I will show up every day for my spouse and marriage. Yes, I will give my all to my work and never stop in the pursuit of greatness. Yes, there will be challenges, setbacks, and unforeseen circumstances. But in the bigger picture, I can do this. I was made to do this. So let me ask the majority of you, why don't you have an I can do it attitude? What is stopping you from possessing the self-confidence that is required to meet any challenge head-on? Is it self-doubt? Do you compare yourselves to the so-called greats of this generation and the ones before and think, I have nowhere near the resources, the grit, the determination, the physical, emotional, or mental capabilities that they have or had? Well, if that's the case, let me make something very clear right off the bat. You weren't born to be the next Grant Cardone or the next Gary Vee. You were born to be the first you. And let me tell you something. When someone reads your obituary one day, the entire thing will read about your life, your accomplishments, your experiences, your greatness, not your idol's successes. Once you learn how to possess an I can do it attitude, it has the ability to completely and positively transform your life. Because unfortunately, oftentimes, we are the ones that hold our own selves back. Now you may be thinking to yourself, well, no, I have this person or this circumstance in my life that is preventing me from having the ability to possess an I can do it attitude. Well, let me stop you right there and say, stop making excuses. Crafting your I can do it attitude will take time, but it will be worth it. In the meantime, work on yourself. Work on achieving your necessary short-term goals. Work on distancing yourself from negative people and starting anew. I've mentioned that Grant Cardone utilizes an I can do it attitude and even dedicates a whole chapter to it in his book 10 times. Now let's break this down to the very core of Grant Cardone's book, 10 times, where Grant explains the importance of approaching life with a 10 times attitude. If you really think about this, he would never be able to approach life with a 10 times attitude if he didn't possess an I can do it attitude first. He believes he can work 10 times harder than everyone else. He believes he can do anything that he sets his mind to. Without the I can do it attitude, Grant Cardone wouldn't be Grant Cardone. Gary Vee wouldn't be Gary Vee. None of the greats would be the greats. Now perhaps you're thinking to yourself, yes, I have goals, but not Grant Cardone types of goals, so do I really need to craft this I can do it attitude? The answer is yes. No matter how small or how big of an achievement that you're trying to go after, You need an attitude of diligence, passion, and grace. This I can do it attitude, if crafted correctly, will run over into various aspects of your life. It ultimately should spread into every aspect of your life over time. It should creep into your goals, your habits, your relationships, your faith, your whole being. Think about it this way. If you possess an I can do it attitude for an entire year, where do you think you will be in a year? How much progress do you think that you will make? If you never give up, believe in yourself, and know that no matter the setbacks that come your way, you've got this. If I had to guess, and speaking from personal experience, you'll be a lot further along in your progression a year from now than you are today. Now think about yourself in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and you get the picture. And always remember that there is always someone watching you. Whether it's your kids, your spouse, your family, your friends, your coworkers, or your neighbors, you will begin to inspire people, and it will be a beautiful thing, because they'll start to look at you and think, well, if he can wake up and walk 3 miles, then I can too. If he can make time in his busy schedule to make a ball game for his son, then I can too. If she can work so hard to start her own business, then I can too, and you get the picture. Think of your kids watching you. Think of them knowing that you'll never give up and never stop possessing your I can do it attitude. Because you know what? You can do it. When you possess an I can do it attitude, you will minimize your regrets. When you live within this mindset and take time to step back and reflect on your life, you will know that you have been giving your all to every aspect of your life. You may not hit every goal in the exact time frame that you planned, but you will look back with pride, knowing that you did everything possible to achieve your goals. You will look back with a smile on your face and think, dang, I worked my tail off and it paid off. When you grow old, you'll look back and say, I'm glad I lived. I'm glad I gave this life everything that I had. I'm glad that I'll leave a legacy of I can do this, and I did that. Furthermore, with an I can do it attitude, you will broaden your horizons into places that you never thought you would be. Maybe your doctor tells you that you need to start prioritizing your health and make time in your day to get your steps in. So instead of saying, I don't have the time or the physical capability, you just say, I can do that, and go out there and do it. And maybe, just maybe, you will discover that you love going on walks or runs, that it clears your mind and gives you the downtime that you need while beneficially aiding your overall health. Maybe you'll end up running a 5K for a cause that you never would have learned about before. Or maybe you'll join a gym community and make friends that you never would have made if you didn't have an I can do this attitude after leaving that doctor's appointment. There's so many examples of how an I can do it attitude can broaden your horizons, and I hope that each and every one of you creates your own. An I can do it attitude will open doors that you never knew you needed to open. It will bring you to places that you never knew you needed to go. It will teach you things about yourself that you never knew were a part of you. All of us have a greater potential in us than we will ever truly recognize. Humans as a whole are one of the most complex species. We have the ability to learn, grow, and love every single day of our lives. And we better do just that. As silly as this may sound, you truly can change the world with an I can do it attitude. Think about all of our world leaders and presidents. They had to believe in themselves or they wouldn't be where they are today. They had to face adversity and animosity dead in the eyes and say, I can do this. So let me tell you one last time. You can do whatever it is that you set your mind to. You can be the very best in whatever you set your mind to, and no one will ever be you again. So make the most out of this one life that you've been granted, and never stop trying. Your future self will thank you for always giving your all. Now let me say one last thing, just so we're clear. When and if you set out on this journey to craft your own I can do it attitude, and to go after your hopes and dreams, don't be discouraged by those around you that don't possess this same attitude and forward thinking. It doesn't make them bad people or not intelligent. It just means that they don't possess the same tenacity that you do, and that's okay, because this world revolves around balance. You need the go-getters just as much as you need the people that will live the rat race, day in and day out. But it's up to you which one you want to be. If you're a go-getter, it may sound absolutely crazy to you that someone else could possibly want to live the rat race of this work, pay bills, family time over and over again for the next 40 years, or whatever it may be. But to them, that may just be the life they want and believe in, and that's perfectly okay. However, do not let these people discourage you. Don't let them tell you to slow down and to take a breath, if for once in your life you're giving this life your all. I also deeply encourage you to possess an I can do it attitude when it comes to making time for your family and friends and for new experiences. If the majority of your I can do it attitude is based around work and career success, all the power to you, and I applaud you. But don't forget to live. Don't forget to make time for the people that will be there, whether you fail or succeed. Don't place them on the back burner of your priorities. Because when your I can do it attitude in the workplace leads you to success, you'll only be as happy as the people you have around you to celebrate with. If this video was encouraging to you at all, it would mean the world if you could like, comment, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and as always, remember, you're not alone.